Hello, hello. I'm Maeve. Have a seat. Get comfy. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Let your eyes soften. You don't have to close them. Just soften your gaze. Hi, little. And start the process of turning your attention to your breathing. As we arrive on our mats today, as we arrive in this practice, I want to encourage you to be interested in your breath and your body, how you feel, why you do things, how you do them. And I once heard a quote, I've said this before, but it was like, if you want to be more interesting, be more interested. And I think that really is applicable in this personal practice. We want to be more interesting. We need to be more interested in ourselves. And if we can't connect to our self, how are we going to connect outwardly, right? And this physical practice that we're about to do is really a tool for us to hone the skill set of self-observation, thereby observation. And I think self-observation could be more difficult than outward observation because it's about ourselves. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable to sit with ourselves and to observe ourselves and to see how we do things and why we do things. And so taking a gesture of kindness and love for yourself without judgment, observing and being interested in yourself. Interested in your breath, which is a little more subtle, but tangible. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, root down a little bit stronger through your hips, through your foundation, whatever's in the ground. To your shoulders. You're going to inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going like that. It's not fast, but it's not slow. Two more. Come through center, inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Gently inhale, heart, head, tail to the sky. Exhale, around the back. Inhale. And exhale. Again, on your own.
Don't you take your time, young man. Keep on drifting. Ain't no telling where you'll land.
Neutral spine. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Start at your hands. Your hands, by the way, you can play with the position, the width of them, the direction of them. So your fingers can be like, your index and middle finger could be pointing straight ahead. They can be turned out. They can even be turned inward
depending on what feels the best on your shoulders, on your elbows. So feel free to play around with that as needed. But wherever the hands are, and part of the dictation of where they feel best is, can you plant them down? Can you get all the fingertips to root down, the knuckles? Do you feel rooted in your hands as much as you feel rooted in your feet? In your feet as much as you feel rooted in your hands? Can you strengthen the arms as much as you strengthen the legs? Outer upper arms gently pressing inward toward the ears. Inner upper arms gently pressing away from the ears. Head between the biceps, ears between the biceps. Hips high, spine long, front ribs gently up and in. A little tone to the belly. And then inner thighs pulling back, thighs, quadriceps pressing back, heels dropping heavy toward the floor, melting down. Maybe get a little lighter in the toes, a little more grip in the ball of the foot, and see if you get the heel a little closer. And they may never touch, your heels might never touch, and it is not just fine, it is wonderful. It's the intention of pressing the heels now, not necessarily getting them there. Inhale, draw forward plank. Place your knees down. Draw the floor toward you to lower to your belly. And then with your hands by your rib cage, draw the thumbs toward the rib cage, hug the elbows in, take the gaze a little forward, and then float the right leg up off the floor. And then place the right foot down. And then do the same. Left foot floats back. Place the left foot down. Inhale, curl up a little higher, and then downward facing dog, pressing back. Breath in. Exhale, right foot comes forward. Blocks if you've got them. If you don't, you're going to figure it out. The floor might be accessible, but it might not be. Back leg super strong. Hands pressing down, spine drawing forward. And then front foot really heavy. Like, don't just let your weight drop into it. Push the front foot down. Push the back foot, the ball of the foot, the toes down, and then gently draw the feet toward each other. And then use the arms like you're in plank and draw the heart forward, the belly forward, the crown of the head forward, maybe the gaze just a little bit forward as well. And right hand to your right hip. Roll the chest open, pull the elbow back, and then right arm up to the sky. Yeah. This is perfect. If it feels good, you can take the right arm overhead, but you don't have to. Keep pressing into that back foot. Well done, well done. One more inhale. Release the right hand down. Straighten the front leg and pull the heart forward. Good. Really connect your feet down. Stabilize. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, rise up, soften both knees, step to the top of your mat, stretch to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, bow forward. Come halfway up. And then step back to plank. In plank, breath in. Exhale, pull the ground toward you to lower down. Cobra again. Inhale. And down dog. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Hands on the floor. Hands on blocks. Any height of the blocks is good. Stand heavy on the front foot. Stand heavy on the back foot. And then draw the feet toward each other gently. And then the
back leg is really strong. Use your arms to draw your heart forward more. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand onto your left hip. Start to turn open to the left. And then take this left arm up, and maybe the arm goes overhead. So the more you keep the feet drawing toward each other, the more truthful this twist is going to be. If your feet just kind of get lazy here, your hips are going to start to turn, and you're not actually, you are twisting, but you're twisting the whole body instead of just the spine, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's not really what I'm looking for right now. But you do what you need to do. Just know what you're doing and why you're doing it. One more inhale. Hand releases down, straighten the front leg and draw the heart forward. Really, really nice. Stabilize through the legs, stabilize through the feet. Bring your hands to your hips, rise up, soften both knees, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Really beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Right foot steps back. Right knee gently to the floor. Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Plank inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Hips stay neutral from the inner right thigh. Draw the right leg back. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Left knee gently down. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step your back foot forward, top of the mat. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Left foot steps back. Left knee gently down. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Plank inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, open. Down dog, exhale. From the inner left thigh, inhale, lift that left leg back. Step your left foot forward, right knee gently down. Rise up. Through the heart, hands come down. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, right knee lifts. Place your foot on your inner left leg. Anywhere on that leg. Beautiful. Don't worry about getting this knee wide open, because I actually like this side view. Usually I turn to face you, but if I just think about pulling this knee back, you can see my left hip comes forward. So don't worry about pulling the knee back. Go long. Push the foot, go long. Extend the knee away from your body. If the knee opens out, great, but don't force it. That's actually not really the intention here, because half the time that takes us here. Arms overhead if it feels good. The mechanism of this leg lengthening away and to some degree opening up isn't from the knee, it's from the hip. And so I think if we focus on the knee, things go awry. But you can get this nice sense of external rotation in the right hip, and that will still keep you in your center. Good. Bring the knee around. Nice, easy twist. Take your left hand to your right knee. You can actually draw the knee across to the left here. Yeah. Very nice. Rise to stand. Inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Left knee lifts up. And Vrikshasana on the second side. So same thing. Instead of just trying to pull that left knee, this is going to give you a whole new view. And you can see like this hip totally turns if I try to take the knee straight out to the side. Instead, hold your center. Lengthen. Create a connection, foot to leg, wherever it might be. Neutralize your pelvis. Maybe the arms up high, maybe not. Coming out of like all this rain, and Lydia, I think we talked about this a little bit, but coming out of all this rain we've been having here in SoCal, if you're watching this back and you're not here in Southern California, we have trees that are losing their roots, right? Because the ground is saturated and the ground can no longer hold them. And I think it's the metaphor of this pose as a tree isn't just the shape, it's the qualities of it. So our ground is solid, right? We can put good roots in. If your mat is super squishy, it might be a little bit saturated, right? But finding our roots here and then finding the strength and still remaining supple so that we don't tip over. But creating the roots for the strength upward. Good. Bring the knee through center. And then that nice standing twist. Back through center. Place your foot and hands to your heart. Really nice. Find your blocks if you have them. Open out wide on your mat. You may not need blocks, but just in case you do, have them here. You can come right into Prasarita Padottanasana. So if you're pretty open here, then your blocks, you most likely won't need them. You just put them off to the side. But have them for what's coming up. And then you're going to have your hands at about shoulders distance, pretty close to that. Thumbs pull toward each other, whether they're on the blocks or on the floor. Press them down. So use your hands the same way you're using your feet. So connect down and then draw the thumbs in toward each other. And that's going to give you this really nice kind of squeeze of the elbows in toward each other. And that sets the shoulders. And then strengthen the legs even more. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Rise up to stand. Keep your hands on your hips. Turn your right foot square. Keep your left leg straight. Now right away notice where your pelvis is. And I kind of exaggerate this, but it's actually not exaggerated because I think this happens a lot, is that the pelvis tips to the right. Lift the right hip point up. Level the pelvis. And then all you're going to do, literally the only thing that happens is you bend the knee. That's it. Pelvis is neutral. Left leg stays straight. Bend your right knee. Extend the arms. That's all that happens. Good. Now, just like in tree pose, push your foot down. External rotation, but without like just jamming your knee out to the side. Get long. Keep the foot connected. Roll open. Roll open. Yeah. Right hand to your hip. Now now the pelvis tips. Arm to your thigh, hand blocker floor, left arm straight up. Good. This is perfect. Stand heavy on your left foot. If you want, left arm continues the line of energy from your left leg. So you're reaching not just overhead, the arm is straight and it's staying on the same trajectory as that back leg. And the arm and the leg press into each other to create more space. So you're using the arm and the leg as partners to create more space. Inhale, rise up. Pivot the feet. Good. Hands onto your hips. Notice where you are. Neutralize your pelvis so it sits level. Front, back, side, side. Keep your hands on your hips. Simply bend the left knee. Good. And extend your arms out. Warrior two. I don't think I said the name of either one of those poses. Doesn't really matter. It's more about like where you are in it.
Mind over matter. Mind over matter. I know you're on my mind.
One more inhale. Hands back to your hips, exhale. Tip, tip, tip. Block floor or arm onto thigh. Arm to the sky. Arm and leg work together to take the chest open. So if my hand is way back here and I'm just kind of here, it's like I'm like just two pieces of my body floating. Not that they can't work independently, but when I bring that arm in, when I make that contact, I can roll open. And then if you want, this right arm continues the line of energy from the right side. Stand heavier on your right foot. I know it wants to get lighter here. And most of your weight, because we're taking our torso forward, it's just physics, more of the weight wants to go into this leg. See if you can help out with the back leg. Inhale, rise up. Both heels in. All the toes open. Arms to your inner thighs and gently press out. Lengthen your spine forward. Stretch your hips back a bit. And then if you want to move here side to side, if it feels good, great. Good. Hands down, square off your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana yet again. You're here about 10 breaths. If you're comfortable in tripod headstand, feel free to bring your head down to the ground. You can also bring your head down to the ground. You want to balance the weight. You've got to take weight in your hands. And don't try headstand for the first time right now because I'm not actually teaching it. It's like if you feel good. But if you're familiar with it and you want, you can bring your head down. You can also bring your knees onto your triceps. So like as if you're in crow with your head down. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because I always want to do it and it never feels good after. And that's the self-observation. It took me many years. But if you do that, your knees come onto your triceps. Then you can lift up to crow. You can come back down and then release out. So I'll give you a couple more breaths to try that. Really nice. If you're still in a headstand, come down.
everyone lengthen out. Bring your hands around to the top of your mat. Step back to plank. Breath in plank, chaturanga or the floor. Curl your heart up, inhale. And down dog, exhale. Bring your knees down to the ground. And then take a seat. Just sit comfortably. And take a little pranayama intermission here. All right, so you're going to take your right hand. Index finger, middle finger are going to tuck into the thumb, the base of the thumb. And then your ring finger and your pinky finger are going to squeeze together. So we're here. Okay? We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. The specificity of your hand doesn't matter, but it also matters, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't matter, but it also matters. Because when we are very specific about things, it keeps our attention more focused. And when we're relaxed about it, that's great too, but we're not quite as focused. So if you want to be a little more relaxed with it, cool. But if you want to be a little bit more honed in and specific, keep those fingers, keep these fingers squeezing. Breath in. Exhale. Right nostril plugged by your right thumb. Inhale, left. Plug the left nostril, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Plug right, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Plug left, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch and exhale. Inhale, left. Switch and exhale. Inhale, right. Switch and exhale. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale. Release your right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Words are flowing out like endless
One more round, inhale.
into a paper cup. They slither
Exhale,
while
hands
they
come
pass,
down.
they slip away across
Inhale,
the
tuck your
universe.
toes.
Pools of
Exhale, downward facing
waves
dog.
of joy are drifting through my open
Inhale.
mind, possessing and caressing
Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog or an alternative. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Look at your hands, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, heart to sky. Down dog, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. So good. One more. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Halfway. Chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, bow. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left foot steps back. Root the back heel, lift the heart to the sky. And bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Find a block if you want it. Right hand to your right hip. Left hand to the block. Roll the chest over. Now your block does not have to be on the pinky side of your foot. It can totally be on the left side of the foot. And you can have more space there. So don't suffer if you're suffering. And then maybe just kind of take a check of your hips. And I don't want you to be overly obsessed here, but keep them relatively flat, like the back of the hips. Good. And then take the right arm back and up if it feels good. And then rather than twisting around this way, go longer in the spine. So go that way. We don't want to come around like a C. We want to stay that course. Revolve to triangle. One more inhale. Exhale, release the hand down. Block can come with you. Open this up. Ardha Chandrasana.
Good. Use your left foot a lot. Wake up that foot so much that you have no question about where your leg is in space. Come into chair. You can use a block here if you want. Hands into your heart. Left arm gently outside your right thigh. If you want to put your hand on the block or on the floor, you're welcome to. This is wonderful. This doesn't have to go away. But it gives you another option if the floor is inaccessible. Really, really well done. One more inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale halfway. Chaturanga, plank to down dog. Whatever your heart desires. Notice why you do things, how you do them. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Reach the arms up. And step your right foot back. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, come forward. Find your block. Place it. You know, you don't have to have a block, but if you do, it does make the pose easier. Right hand to said block. And then left hand to your hip, and just without being rigid in the hips, just notice what you're doing. So if this right hip is dipping down a lot, you might be doing that to protect your back. Great, if that's why you're doing it. If you're doing it because you didn't know you were doing it, try lifting it back up again. And then just see how that suits. And then if you can, maybe the left arm will go up. Think of the action of straightening your legs. Press your feet down. Don't just jam your knees back. Press your feet down. Lift the hips up. Like grow the legs taller. Last inhale. Exhale, bring it around. Ardha Chandrasana. Unravel that twist. Yes, beautiful. Make this right foot so awake that you know exactly where your leg is. Come around to chair. Good if you want to use your block and chair for the twist. Place it, turning to the left, and then opening here. One more inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Separate your feet hips distance. Any version of forward fold. You can hold your big toes. You can take the backs of your legs. You can hold on to your elbows with your hands.
You could lace your hands behind your hips. You can have your hands on your hips. Oh my goodness, there's so many choices. Pick the one that feels nice. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Bend your knees, Malasana.
Nice work, everyone. Bring your hands down, forward fold or crow. So I like to take my hands forward and move myself forward. Look a little forward. There's a tipping point where you go enough forward that your feet just come up. And then chair. Hands to heart. Twist to the right. Stay in your twist or bring your hands off to the right, like pretty far. Try to get your elbow as far up your thigh as you can. Lift your hips up. Elbows hug in. Side crow. Chair in the center. Twist it. If you want, arms off to the left. Lift your hips. Your feet will follow. Back into chair. Sink down, and sit down. Beautiful. I'm going to mirror you. Let's see how I do. Left leg on top. Gomukhasana legs. This does not work for everyone. I am fully aware. You'll do whatever you can here. Whatever it looks like, you're going to do what you can. So knees stack. The wider your feet go out, the more challenging, the more you pull your... Well, that's not necessarily true, because everyone's a little different, but typically the wider your feet go, the deeper into your hips, like the more challenging. But if you slide your feet back, it's usually a little bit more accessible. And then, right hand off to the side, because I'm mirroring you, I almost forgot, and then reach up and over. Whatever the top leg is, that's the direction you're leaning. We do this a lot in double pigeon. And lean the chest back. Nice. Nice. Lots of twisting. Let the body open up. The side body, the ribs, the lats. Rise up, inhale. Unravel. Second side. Take in all the feedback. Don't ignore it. And then whatever the top leg is, go that way. I could have just said that in the first place instead of right and left. Really nice.
I knew this would never work. Thought about it in New York.
Rise up, inhale. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Press the feet in toward each other, and then if it feels good, come forward.
We tried our best to make it through. Everything belongs to you.
up if you're forward, and then take the legs out wide. Press the backs of the legs down. Don't let the heels pop up. Push the heels down as well. And then you don't have to come forward, but if it feels nice, you can do so. You can keep your hands on your shins. You can take your hands on the ground in front of you. If you're just trying to get your pelvis to like be here instead of here, my suggestion is take your hands behind, give yourself a lift, and try to shift your sitting bones kind of like a little bit back behind you. You were looking for just kind of neutral here, but then if you are tipping forward, you're not just taking the spine forward, you're taking the pelvis forward. I think a lot of the time we think that our backs are immobile when we're actually reduced in the mobility of our pelvis. And sometimes that's out of a need to protect our back. Sometimes it's just a movement pattern we haven't practiced, or it doesn't come naturally to us. But when we're forward folding, it's not from the waist. It's from the hips. It's a hinge. And that can be kind of hard to access when we practice it. And if you're forward, rise up. Bring the legs back in. Lie down on your back. Very nice. Have your feet flat. Have your arms alongside your body. And I don't care what the position of your arms is. You can have palms up, palms down, thumbs up. I don't want thumbs down. That's the one that I don't want. But if you want thumbs up, great. If you want palms up, great. If you want palms down, cool beans. Press your shoulders down as much as you now are going to press your feet down. So those are your two biggest points of contact, the backs of your shoulders and your feet. Now, build that energy into the arms and then rise up, Setu Bandha Sharvangasana. Shoulder supported bridge pose.
Yeah, that's my love. She rides away like a ghost. Ooh, does she know that we bleed the same?
Last inhale. Release down with your exhale. Bring the feet a little closer to each other. Press down, rise up. Right knee lifts. Extend the right leg up. Push into that left foot. Press into the big toe of the left foot. Press into the base of the big toe of that left foot. And then stretch the right leg higher. Last inhale. Right foot comes down. Reset. Left knee lifts up. Extend the leg up. Push into the right foot. Stretch the left leg up. Base of the big toe. Big toe. Rooting down without collapsing that arch. Press and lift. Press and lift. One more inhale. Foot down. Release down. Pause. Breathe.
I'm searching low in the night.
Repeat bridge. You can do it with a block under your hips. You can use props in any way. You can come into up bow if you like. You can also just skip it and lay here. Your last back bend if you choose to take it. Inhale, rise up. Use your feet.
If she ran away,
Last inhale
back home.
and down. Exhale.
Just come home.
Pause. Legs out straight. Neutralize your spine. Soften your gaze. Maybe close your eyes. Feel how you feel, what you feel. Be interested in sensation. Be interested in your breath, your body, your thoughts and your thought patterns. options, any kind of an inversion that you like. If you would like to take your legs up the wall instead, or block under your hips and legs up, I'm going to opt for a handstand today. That's usually my choice. It's the one that feels best on my body. And I think that handstands are really important for a headstand practice. I think that they're really important for forearm balance practice. I think that they're important as a means to get stronger in your shoulders. And there's a lot of ways to practice them without actually going up. You can use the wall like this so that you are practicing this action in the arms and the shoulders and you're not fully weight bearing. And then you can flip that so that your feet go up the wall and your hands are on the floor like this. And then of course you can use a wall to kick up if you want, or not. This is like free for all. Do whatever feels good. Some days they're easy, some days they're not. It being whatever it is that we're doing. Last 30 seconds. And then when you're ready, make your way to your box with your knees in your chest. And just rock a little side to side. Take your time. Ankle to knee or recline to Gomukhasana. And as you're here, just like in many poses today, notice where your pelvis is. Notice where your spine is residing. And then to the best of your ability. And it might not happen today, but we start to practice these things. So if your sitting bones, your tailbone are curled up off the floor and your low back is imprinting in the floor, you want to get lighter in your low back and drop your tailbone and your sitting bones forward and down so that your spine starts to take on a more neutral position. There's a lot of talk about what neutral is in the spine and does it actually matter, because the spine moves all over. And I do think it matters for you to know kind of where your center is. And neutral spine, as I define it, is really like where your spine would be in your ideal, most supported posture at rest, at standing, not in necessarily in motion because it has to move. But when you're just like Tadasana, like where would your spine be? And then switch. And the first few breaths, your body's just trying to figure out, like, where am I? What am I doing? So give yourself that time.
And then as you're there, maybe you drop the tail and the sitting bones a little bit more, and you create a little lightness in your low back so that you're not crunching it down into the floor. And then maybe the shoulders broaden a bit. Allow the back of the head to get heavier, the back of the neck to lengthen out. And without tucking the chin and without cranking the chin up, just kind of finding a graceful place for your chin to rest. Last inhale, unravel, exhale, knees back into your chest. Maybe separate the knees. You can hold the shins. You don't have to go into happy baby. Of course, if you love it, go for it. I'm going to keep my knees bent a lot and my calves pressing into my hamstrings, and just gently draw the knees out wide. Broaden the shoulders. And then Supta Baddha Konasana, just bringing the feet together, letting the knees drop open. Last inhale here. Release your legs out. Shavasana. Release your arms, palms up, arms at your side. Take up a little space here. Allow your shoulders to get heavy. Allow the back of your head to get heavy. Allow your eyes to soften. Maybe they close. Encourage all parts of your being to surrender to ease here and to relinquish our need to work. Stay here as long as you want. If you're exiting with me, just really notice how and what you feel. Physically, mentally, emotionally, whole being, what do you feel? How do you feel? And reach the arms overhead. Bend your knees, roll to your right side. And then rise all the way up. Beautiful. Bring your hands to prayer in your heart. Just take a moment here, honor yourself. Bow your mind to your heart. Rise, gently open your eyes. Thank you for your practice.